Hailey Van Lith, TCU star. I think the 11th pick in the WNBA draft. She got drafted by the Chicago Sky. She used to be teammates with Angel Reese, who is the star. I wouldn't call her the best player on the Chicago Sky. She's the star of the Chicago Sky. People are gossiping that Van Lith wants nothing to do with playing with Angel Reese again. He transferred after 1 year at LSU. And
did Hailey Van Lith just make the worst first impression in WNBA draft history? After being selected 11th overall by the Chicago Sky, her reaction to rejoining former LSU teammate Angel Reese was about as enthusiastic as someone watching Reese make a layup.
My goodness, the young lady out of TCU has been reunited with Angel Reese. Now, you may be like, well, what's the big deal there? Because she already got the hell away from her once. She escaped her once.
Imagine the moment you've worked your entire life for finally arriving. The WNBA draft, your name called, a dream realized, or is it? For Hailey Van Lith, selected 11th overall, the cameras captured something far from jubilation.
With the 11th pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky select Hailey Van Lith, Texas Christian University.
What looked like sheer panic flashed across her face, instantly igniting whispers. Was this a dream come true or the start of a nightmare reunion she desperately tried to avoid?
Oh, I love that energy. You know, she had a chance to drop. Great. Angel and I are familiar with each other from LSU. This is going to be awesome. Just easy, natural comments to make. It's my understanding that every one of those teammates at LSU hated playing with Angel Reese.
The split-second reaction was undeniable. As the Chicago Sky announced their pick, Van Lith's smile faltered, her eyes widened, and a wave of what many viewers instantly labeled dread washed over her.
Her facial expressions, like you saw them coming in to the video, her facial expressions were like, the F just happened to me.
While other draftees beamed, hugged family, and radiated triumph, Van Lith seemed to be processing a catastrophic error in the universe. She quickly composed herself, but the mask couldn't hide the authentic shock viewers had witnessed.
Look at this face. Look at this face. God bless her. I mean, the pain and anguish. That's not, I'm about to lose it and I'm happy to be drafted and all. No, let's not even go down that road. I think we all know better.
Then came the post-draft interview. When asked about rejoining a certain former LSU teammate, Van Lith offered a tight-lipped, forced smile and the now infamous phrase, "Oh, I love that energy." The comment landed with the subtlety of a dropped anchor, feeling about as genuine as a $3 bill and immediately becoming online meme fodder.
You always have to deal with locker room issues. That's just part of coaching. In 40 years, I can never think of a time where I didn't have to deal with issues. That's what coaches do. Sometimes y'all know about them and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want to know more than you're entitled to know. I'm going to protect my players, always. They are more important. It's like a family, Scott. Let me ask you this. If you do some disciplining of your own children, do you think we're entitled to know that?
This instantly solidified the narrative that this reunion was anything but welcome, but why such a visceral reaction? To understand the horror seemingly etched on Van Lith's face, you have to rewind the tape. This wasn't just any team, it meant reteaming with Angel Reese.
Does not look like a girl that was excited to be selected where she was selected. And Jason, I think if I'm reading in between the lines, these two did not enjoy playing with each other the first time. So I don't know why either one of them would be excited to run it back. I think could there maybe, Jason, do I detect some potential jealousy maybe here between Angel Reese, who wants to be the central figure in every story that she's a part of, including the little feud, the beef between with her and Caitlin Clark?
This was the star she had played alongside for one tumultuous year at LSU. Van Lith had already orchestrated one escape, transferring away from the Tigers to TCU after a season that saw her production mysteriously plummet.
I think Hailey would be reluctant to re-engage with a narcissist who was on a WNBA team last year, that instead of trying to win games and compete, you would see them at the end of games, hey, Angel needs to score 4 more points, and it'll take her about 7 to 8 to 10 shots to get there. And so they would shut down everything they do and feed the ball to Angel Reese at the end of the game so she could keep her double-double streak alive.
That move, framed as seeking a better fit and revitalizing her game, now looked like a desperate flight from a situation she found unbearable. The draft didn't just place her on a team, it felt like a cruel twist of fate, locking her back into the very dynamic she had seemingly spent the previous year trying to leave behind for good. Her time at TCU was meant to be a fresh start.
I think she's already experienced what's it like to play with Angel Reese, who is a narcissist and selfish, and my understanding, a night.
The whispers about that LSU season suddenly grew louder in light of Van Lith's draft night demeanor. Head coach Kim Mulkey's cryptic comments from that time about always dealing with locker room issues took on a new, sharper meaning.
It's over. HVL is feeling sick. I feel terrible for her, I do. The year before at Louisville, almost 20 a game. What does that tell you about her hell that she's got coming? She got away once, she can't escape.
While Mulkey fiercely protected her players from public scrutiny, saying sometimes you want to know more than you're entitled to know, the context painted a picture of internal strife, especially considering Reese's own unexplained mid-season absence that year.
Only making $70,000 to jack up brick layups and airball layups somehow in games that no one wants to watch. Oh, poor me, I'm only making $70,000. Not mentioning the additional couple, probably million she's making in sponsorship and additional revenues allotted to her from playing in these games.
Add to this the persistent rumors amplified by commentators like Jason Whitlock portraying Reese as a challenging personality, someone teammates reportedly found difficult and selfish.
According to league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. Dear Lord.
Remember this play?
This is the very definition of stat padding. You are down by 22 points. And you've got the Fever's bench player, bench player, bench player, bench player, bench player, playing against bench player, bench player, bench player, bench player, starter, just so that she can get her double-double.
The most for a rookie in a single season. She's going for it. Triple lane off the drive, spins. Bucket is good. 23 triple doubles on the season. Another rookie record for Reese.
Van Lith herself had been open about her mental health struggles, even crying on camera about how much better things felt at TCU. Was the LSU environment centered around its dominant star a contributing factor to that distress? The puzzle pieces seemed to fit alarmingly well.
Jesus. Hailey had her worst season playing with Reese, and it wasn't even close. I just showed you the numbers. Hailey Van Lith, smiling through the pain of returning to toxic hell. There's your boy right there.
And the numbers? They screamed trouble long before Van Lith's expression confirmed it, providing statistical weight to the rumored dynamics.
Gotta watch Hailey Van Lith stand at the three-point line wide open while that girl is chasing the new rebounds record. That's exactly what's about to happen.
At Louisville, she was a certified bucket getter, the offensive engine averaging nearly 20 points per game. Coaches built game plans around her scoring prowess, recognizing her as a primary offensive weapon.
I feel terrible for her, I do. She cut the cancer out and it came right back.
Then came LSU. Her scoring average cratered by over 40%, falling to just 11.6 points. This wasn't just adjusting to a new system, it was a statistical nosedive that demanded explanation.
Start bench cut, Diana Taurasi, Sabrina Ionescu, and Caitlin Clark. Oh my gosh.
Ooh. You're gonna get me in trouble and I'm only a rookie.
Oh, this seems wrong.
You're not gonna catch me because they are all great and I'm not gonna answer that question. They are all amazing.
Game film often showed Van Lith parked in the corner, a spectator in her own offense waiting for passes that never seemed to arrive as possessions flowed relentlessly through Reese. Basketball analysts noted her diminishing role and visible frustration.
Give flowers to the legend. We're going to start Diana Taurasi. I'm going to bench Sabrina and cut Caitlin.
This narrative eerily echoed reports from the Chicago Sky's previous season, where coach Teresa Weatherspoon was allegedly dismissed partly because the offense became too focused on feeding Reese to maintain her double-double streak, sometimes at the expense of winning plays.
But Hailey Van Lith, oh, you gave a bad answer.
Yikes. Right off the bat, she's feeling the fire from Caitlin Clark fans. Now, she's already felt some fire from Caitlin Clark in the past. To be honest with you, during some LSU Iowa games.
The fear became palpable. Would Van Lith once again be relegated to a supporting role, watching from the wings while the offense revolved around Reese's pursuit of stats? Her draft night face suggested she believed so.
I don't want to play. They're all starting. I'll sit on the bench.
I'm going to start Caitlin. I'm going to start Caitlin. I'm going to bench Sabrina. And I'm going to cut Diana. Even though that's the GOAT, I still got to do what I got to do. And yeah.
I would start Diana Taurasi. I would bench Caitlin Clark, and I would cut Sab. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start DT, bench Caitlin, and I'm going to bench Sabrina. I'm not cutting anybody.
Start Diana, bench Caitlin, and cut Sabrina. Sorry.
And I can cut Diana Taurasi since she's retired, and then I'm going to start Caitlin Clark and bench Sabrina.
Can I start all of them? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start all of them.
Just when you thought the storm clouds gathering over Van Lith's rookie season couldn't get any darker, she personally seeded another squall, shifting focus from team dynamics to a direct personal slight.
Hailey Van Lith, you are very lucky you are going to be sitting on the bench for the Chicago Sky this year, because Caitlin Clark is going to probably do unspeakable things to your team the first time you play this season.
During a seemingly harmless draft night start bench cut segment featuring WNBA stars, Van Lith made a decision that sent shockwaves. Presented with Diana Taurasi, Sabrina Ionescu, and Caitlin Clark, she declared she would start Taurasi, bench Ionescu, and then drop the bombshell. Cut Caitlin, cut.
Look at Caitlin Clark. That's really good. That's really good. I mean, the look of pain on her face. Jesus again. Yeah.
Those two words instantly transformed a forgettable media interaction into a potential career-defining blunder. The online backlash was immediate and intense, especially as other draftees navigated the question diplomatically, often refusing to cut the league's biggest star. Van Lith willingly painted a target on her own back.
I mean, honestly, it's clear to start Clark. Shake my head. HVL's such a hater. It's going to be bad.
What makes this comment especially baffling, or perhaps revealing, is the history between Van Lith and Clark. This wasn't just trash talk aimed at a random star, it was personal, steeped in recent painful defeats on national television.
Oh, you gave a bad answer. Especially consider the fact you're playing the Fever Game 1. And I hope Caitlin Clark. This is a person who has played the last 2 times she played Caitlin Clark. I'm not joking when I say this. Caitlin Clark put 40 on her team's head. Put 40 on her head directly once.
Clark's Iowa Hawkeyes had eliminated Van Lith's teams in back-to-back NCAA tournaments, both times in the Elite Eight. In 2023, Clark hung 41 points on Louisville, often scoring directly on Van Lith. In 2024, Clark dropped another 41 against LSU, again frequently victimizing Van Lith defensively.
Well, Caitlin Clark, if you ever set foot on the floor to guard Caitlin Clark, you better be pissed that your team drafted Sivka instead of Sanaya Rivers to guard Caitlin Clark. Because what Caitlin Clark is going to do to your team on May the 16th or 17th, whenever the game is going to violate the Geneva Convention.
Seen through this lens, cut Caitlin felt less like an objective assessment and more like a futile attempt to regain a shred of pride after being repeatedly outclassed. But instead of settling a score, Van Lith likely just handed Clark extra motivation she never needed.
Hailey, you don't want to give her more motivation. We saw what she did against Diana Taurasi. We saw what she did to the Mercury.
So what awaits Hailey Van Lith? A powder keg situation, a forced reunion with Reese amid chemistry concerns, coupled with a self-inflicted rivalry with Clark. That first Sky vs. Fever game is now a must-watch reckoning. Has Van Lith's WNBA journey been sabotaged before it began, caught between a past she couldn't escape and a future rivalry she foolishly ignited? Her rookie season is already under siege.